Hi, my name is Gary Gray and I'm Head of Technical at TasteTech. This presentation has been designed to answer many of the frequently asked questions related to the use of sweeteners in chewing gum. I get asked many questions about how to prolong the flavouring in chewing gum using high-intensity sweeteners. But first, we should talk about how we actually taste sweetness. There are 5 major tastes: sweet, bitter and sharpness in particular. Effective chewing gum flavour is a combination of taste material and aroma. You recognise taste materials on the tongue and the aroma is detected by the nose. This is usually retronasal when eating food or chewing gum. Sweeteners are used to replace sugar to enable sugar-free gum to be produced. However, consumers still expect the mouthfeel and taste profile of the sweetness to replicate sugar. We don't taste sweetness in isolation. For example, strawberry fruit-flavoured gum requires a good balance of both sweetness and sharpness to reflect the fruit flavour profile that people are expecting when tasting the chewing gum. Clever use of sweeteners delivers underlying sweetness that fully supports the complete flavour profile, delivering an end product that will taste as the consumer expects. So why do we use high-intensity sweeteners in gum when bulk sweeteners are commonly already present? Bulk sweeteners like xylitol dissolve very quickly, and the sweetness they provide is rapidly lost in chewing gum. So high-intensity sweeteners are used in combination with bulk sweeteners to make the profile similar to sugar, which persists for longer. Sweetness is key in making a successful sugar-free gum because the gum base itself is bland and actually can be inherently bitter. High-intensity sweeteners are hundreds of times sweeter than sugar, meaning small quantities have real impact on sugar-free gum. High-intensity sweeteners synergistically improve flavour perception by working in combination with the aroma and other taste materials. So why would we recommend encapsulating high-intensity sweeteners? By encapsulating a high-intensity sweetener, you control and extend the chew time of the flavour perception in your chewing gum. Our encapsulation is designed to make high-intensity sweetener less water-soluble, and this means the sweetness is more slowly released as the gum is chewed. As you will see by the diagram, an insoluble barrier material is used to protect the particles of perhaps sucralose or aspartame, or even a blend of more than one sweetener in one particle. Encapsulation extends the sweetness and therefore will delay the onset of bitterness from the gum base and other bitter materials in the recipe. This is a common concern for those who want a gum that lasts longer than 5 minutes. Encapsulation also extends the flavour profile to ensure what is experienced at the beginning is maintained until the end of the chew. So, in answer to this question, yes, you can. By encapsulating high-intensity sweetener, the gum tastes sweet even after 10 minutes, which supports the flavouring present within the gum base, ensuring it's perceived even at the end of the chew time. Commonly, flavourings used in gum, which are oil-based, are very persistent and even remain trapped within the gum base itself, meaning that you may need to use a higher level of flavouring for the right impact in the gum. Also, past 10 minutes, you may lose some of the volatile components from the aroma, causing a change in the flavour profile. Encapsulating the aroma can be another effective way of ensuring flavour longevity. Flavourings normally provide the aroma required in chewing gum, but some flavour materials do have an impact on sweetness. For example, menthol is used in many sugar-free chewing gums to provide refreshing cooling note. Menthol is also naturally present in peppermint. While menthol is clearly beneficial, it does also increase bitterness. Increasing the sweetness of the gum helps balance the bitterness from the menthol used. Using encapsulated sweetener helps cover the bitter menthol note that becomes more prominent as the gum is chewed and other bulk sweeteners have been consumed. Encapsulated high-intensity sweeteners are normally fine powders that are easily added near the end of the gum mixing process. For best results, encapsulated high-intensity sweetener is added at the same time as powdered flavourings using the same equipment. As with flavourings, it's important to add encapsulated high-intensity sweetener near the end of the mixing process, when the temperature of the chewing gum is lower. This ensures that the product is incorporated into the gum without releasing the high-intensity sweetener from the encapsulated particles. Encapsulated high-intensity sweetener is easy to dose and normally added in small quantities between 0.5% and 1%, meaning existing recipes need little modification. At TasteTech, we test all of our products in end application. For chewing gum, we make a sugar-free gum that has a similar style to the target market, such as stick gum with the correct chewing consistency. Stick gum in the marketplace varies from a firm texture to more of a soft, chewy sweet. It is important to get the chewing gum right, because the speed at which the initial flavour and sweetness is released varies according to the end chewing gum recipe. Encapsulated high-intensity sweeteners are tested by making a control gum with the same amount of high-intensity sweetener, but no encapsulation used, and comparing this with the same recipe but using the encapsulated high-intensity sweetener. It's important to make the taste panel consistent, and this is achieved by making the panel familiar with the same sweetness scale, where a low value has very little sweetness, building up to a high score that is very sweet. This makes it easier to assess the differences in sweetness between the control and the encapsulated sweetener. Taste tests are carried out without the panel knowing which sample they are chewing to ensure there is no bias. In summary, encapsulated high-intensity sweetener will extend the longevity of chewing gum. We work with chewing gum manufacturers worldwide, and should you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact me by email. Thank you for your attention.